This is going to serve as like a little mini therapy session. So I thank you in advance for doing this pro bono because I feel like we're probably going to unpack something. Hey, I'm Dejanique.
And I'm Elena, and this is Everything Eventually. So we're here to talk all the things about unspoken truths. And honestly, we're just saying, girl, why didn't you just say that?
Girl,
we could
just
started
say that
there from the beginning.
For the purpose of this episode, the say the thing isn't necessarily what we want to say to other people. It is what we want to say ourselves, right? Things that we have been harboring or holding on to or feel that it's not politically correct to say out loud. We want to have space just to say the thing. Yeah. And so this is going to serve as like a little mini therapy session. So I thank you in advance for doing this pro bono. Because I feel like we're probably going to unpack some things as we say the thing, and hopefully it resonates with some of you ladies. And if that's the case, please let us know so that we can continue to have our little sessions.
So our first, you should just say that. So here it is. I don't like being a mom every day.
Oh!
Okay.
She said it.
Full transparency. My kids are currently at my parents' for a week and almost 2 weeks. I've been living my best life over long weekends, having dinners with my husband, just getting work done without any interruptions. I have been enjoying the break. In full transparency, today I have not called or texted. Just me.
So they're with her parents, which is why she feels comfortable to not call or text. So
they raised me. I know that they're in great hands, and also my parents are not the ones to allow the hover. That's the reason they have the grandkids without us there anyway. It's because they don't want us around, essentially. So
what is it about the day-to-day of momming that you're just like, I don't always enjoy this?
I mean, I feel like every mom, regardless of like what age your children may be, you know, you're busy. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of mental capacity to manage, even if you have an infant, getting the diaper bag together. If your child goes somewhere during the day, if you work, like, it takes a lot of work just to get them there. Like, let alone if your child is at home with you and maybe you work from home and have your child home, or you stay at home with your child for, you know, a period of time. Like, it's just mentally taxing, and it makes it just very hard to have this mental space to think about like anything else besides your child. And like I said, nothing is wrong with that.
Yeah.
But there does come a point where you're just like, I would like to be able to maybe, you know, think about myself. Like, like, what do I need?
It sounds like what you're saying is, not me sounding like your therapist for real. It sounds like what you're saying is, I never stop loving my boys, but I don't always love what it takes to maintain my boys. I don't always love the tasks. I don't always love the checklists of the things to keep these little fellas breathing,
little humans
safe,
alive,
fed, alive,
and also to all their things.
But I think that that's such an important distinction, right? And I think that's why so many mamas feel guilty, myself included, because I had a mini little breakdown before we started this podcast, because I'm like, can I really talk about this and not feel guilty? But I think we really have to separate, like, I will always love my child. I will not always love what I have to do every day to be their caregiver, because that's not fun all of the time. It's not fun.
I mean, like when they're, you know, like your kid's small. So like when he's exploring and learning and all the things, and like he's into stuff, and you're like, you turn around and you're like, well, what are you doing now? Like, didn't I just put, like, even that? And you could just be like making dinner or unpacking a bag or whatever. Like, it is always your brain has to be on.
Correct.
And
Correct.
that to me is the hard part, because sometimes that just like it drains your batteries. Like you
Yep.
just like at some point there's like, how much more can I give? Like I just kind of need to be able to do nothing for 2 seconds.
And I think there are stages where you expect it to be difficult. Like everyone tells you the newborn stage is difficult or the teenage stage is difficult, but we don't talk a lot about just the in-betwixt and in-between where you are just living. And you hear about these magical motherhood moments and all of these things that we're supposed to be grateful for because this is our highest calling. And all of that is true.
Yes.
But then there are some days where you are literally just surviving.
Survival mode, yes.
Amount of energy that takes, the mental load, as you discussed, like that takes a lot out of a person, and you do feel guilty saying like, God damn, go to your grandparents' house, or please go to sleep an hour early, or just give me a second to myself to reclaim my time. And then I would love you, not that I could ever love you any less, but I like you a little more when you wake up.
Yeah, because you've had 2 seconds to breathe.
To yourself.
So
That's a really
I'm right
good
there
one.
with you.
That is such a good one. Girl, I'm glad you said that.
Hopefully nobody out there on the internet is going to be like, Elena, I totally disagree. No, there will be people who completely disagree. Also, I mean, I guess on the other side of that is like, there are women who are like, being a mom is the pinnacle of life.
And that's okay. But we're not talking to them right now. Their friends can girls say that to them. Right now, we are talking to the mamas who just need to like whisper the thing and not feel guilty about it because we feel you. We see you, we hear you. Yeah, it is okay to not like being a mama all day, every day.
So what about you?
Yeah, I have one. Girl, I miss my old body. I miss my old body.
What about, what is it about the changes since baby that you're finding it harder to like accept?
Yeah.
Not that, like, what is it?
What is it not? I think it's a better question because like this baby does this thing to your body. And so it's not even just the physical of I want to look good. It's all of these other things that I had no idea would be so prevalent in my post delivery journey. And then things just start happening that literally no one prepares you for. So everyone talks about like, moisturize your body while you're pregnant. Don't scratch your tummy so you don't get stretch marks and all of those things, right? So I was literally in my kitchen at the stove making homemade body butters, all organic.
Of course you were.
I literally
she is that person, everyone. She is that person.
All the things. And I had this beautiful glowing bump. And then I gave birth to this child. And 2 days later, I had stretch marks all over my hips. And I could have died. I could have died. And I'm like, so you're telling me none of my hard work mattered? And it's like, no, it does not, because this child will do to your body what it pleases. And
yes, essentially.
So that was the first inkling that this is about to go downhill. And so then you think about like, okay, breastfeeding, and everyone tells me the pounds are just going to melt off if you're breastfeeding. And no, because you eat like a cow in order to maintain
the breast milk.
Caloric intake to, make the breast milk. And so no, the pounds didn't just drop off. And then when I did start losing weight, it still looked like I was fluffy. And I'm going to be sensitive about that because I am by no means a big girl, right? But you know what you look like and how you're comfortable, how comfortable you are in your own body. And I just knew that this wasn't my body. And on the scale, I was back to my pre-baby weight, but the weight distribution had changed. And hormonally, you change. I'm like, I've never been snappier. Figuring out when my husband could even look at me, much alone touch me. And I'm like a year and a half past welcome to the world Roman,
Mm-hmm.
and still dealing with these things. And so as an OG mama, I just really would appreciate your take, because now my husband is like, baby number two, yeah? And I'm like, you want me to?
He's actually thinking about your future self, and
Yeah.
he is trying to get you to your future self as quickly as possible. So, this is my take and the path that we took and how we determined like children and timing. So, Creed, I found out I was pregnant with Carter when Creed literally turned 1. So they are 21 months apart, and I gained a lot of weight with Creed. And I will say that the timing, I was already like, I'm already not happy with my post baby body. I might as well just do this again and just completely we're just gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I'll figure out what the new version of what I look like, feel like, am happy with after I'm done having kids. I took that pressure off of myself that I needed to look a certain way or be anything close to what I look like before having our first. Like, I just was like, forget it. Until we're done having babies, this is just what I look like. And it doesn't feel like me, and I don't like it, but this is where we are, and I'm not going to stress myself out. We ended up getting pregnant with them rather close together, and I will say that I was grateful for that, and I am happy that we made that decision to try quickly. But it has taken me years. Like,
Yeah.
Carter's now 6, and I, in the last year, feel like I am in a really great space with how I feel like I look and how I feel about my body. Like, to your point, the stretch marks, they're just there. Like, I even told Duran, I was like, I breastfed both of the boys, and I was like, I think for my 40th birthday, I'm gonna give myself a boob job. Like, I don't have boobs anymore because I don't I didn't have
they
big
deflate
boobs
them. They deflate
to begin
them.
with, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have big boobs to begin with. And so after having 2 kids and breastfeeding both of them, I literally was like, my poor little boobs, like they deserve a facelift. I was
So
like,
you literally walked right into my next question, which was, do we believe in mommy makeovers?
period. Whatever your budget and
With the
spouse
college fund, you should have a mommy makeover fund, right?
I think
College fund and mommy
yes.
makeover fund.
I think that if that is what is going to bring you some peace and is going to make you, after you've birthed these children and are growing them to be productive members of society, I feel like you as a mom deserve to do whatever with your body as you please, as long as your budget allows. Like, if you can do that, then do that, boo. Like,
then do that.
Boob job, like cool sculpting, cool tone it, get it like lifted, whatever that looks like for you. I think that every woman should be able to do that if that is like what makes sense for her life.
Along these lines though, I don't even just think it's the, oh my goodness, breastfeeding took my boobs, or I have the stretch marks. It's also like, we take pride in the way we put ourselves together. I think the way that you put yourself together and present yourself to the world, a lot of times is a reflection of how you feel about yourself and the way you want to be addressed. And when you have little ones, it's so much more difficult to take that time to just put yourself together. And so I noticed that as well. I'm like skipping steps, things that were non-negotiables for me before walking out the door. I'm like, that's gonna have to wait. I'm gonna throw these glasses on and throw this hair in a ponytail, and that's gonna have to be that. So I think overall, and this is not to sound vain, but it's just like, I do miss that part of showing up in the world in a specific way that I was proud of. And sometimes it just feels like there aren't enough hours in the day to do it. And I would much rather my baby look like he's worth $1 million and I can look homeless. And, if that is the trade-off, that's going to be the trade-off. But that's not to say that I don't miss just having that extra little pep in my step because I know I took the time to do my thing,
Yeah. No, I get that. Like, I will say, like, for me, like, I don't wear like makeup like much. Like, this is one of the few reasons that I like put on makeup anymore. But it's for that reason. I'm like, you get up at 6:15 in the morning and like you get yourself dressed and then you're just like, is that what I'm gonna spend the next 10 minutes doing? Probably not. I'm probably gonna make their lunch and get their water bottles together and get their backpack together before I wake them up, as opposed to spending that 10 minutes putting makeup on.
Yep. Yeah.
So to your point, yes, it's always the trade-offs. And I think like that is, I don't think that they're also forever, which is also amazing and sad at the same time. Is that like there will come a point in life where like I don't have to make lunches anymore. And then you're like, I will have so much time on my hands when like they're in college and I can do whatever I want. And you're just like, it's scary and amazing and sad all at the same time.
It becomes like the things we're complaining about will eventually become the things that we miss the most. And so I think it's good to be able to acknowledge that,
I agree.
But the girls still need a vent session every now and then, so we gonna
Period.
Vent.
Exactly.
I think we have time for one more, Alina. You want to jump into one more?
Can I just tell you that as we are career women, we take our careers very seriously. I personally hate networking events. I hate having to figure out what do I say to these people that I don't know. I really don't know what they do or where they work. And I don't know how or why we would really have much in common besides being at this networking event. And it really it freaks me out. And I'm not like a nervous person normally, but like it makes me like nervous because I'm like, I don't know. Like, why am I, like, why did I sign up for this thing? Why am I here again? Even though you know that they're good things to go to.
Air quotes, good things to go to. I feel like most networking events are just not set up properly. They are not well-ran events. Like, there's a space. There's some little funky finger foods, and they throw a bunch of people in the room with name tags, and they're like, get at it, right? There really is no effort to create meaningful connection. And I think that's what makes it difficult. You have to go into these things being an extrovert. You have to go into these things willing to like step into someone's circle and break up their conversation and be like, how do I fit into this thing, right? I think if people were more thoughtful, and by my tone, I think you guys can tell I'm pretty passionate about this. As someone who, historically is a pretty forward-facing individual, these networking events give me the icks. I do not like them. I just think they're just not created for real connection.
No, I think a lot of times like they're created for people, I don't know, to check a box, to get a sponsor. Like you have to, there's those sponsorship relationships and stuff like that where you're like, oh, we have to do this thing to fulfill a commitment. Yeah. But like the people that are coming, are they actually getting what they came to get? Correct. And I think you're right. And maybe that is why I dislike them so much, is because I'm like, a lot of times they feel like a waste of time. A lot of times I feel like I could have maybe spent the hour doing some like LinkedIn research, I don't know, and maybe like intentionally message some people, I don't know, or sleuthing, just out there just looking and seeing what people are doing and like being like, hey, how are you? I see you do this, like whatever. That might honestly be more beneficial than the networking things. Right. But I will say that I'm going to one tomorrow, so I'll let you know how it goes.
All that to say, she's still going. She is still going.
I'm still going because supposedly they're meaningful, but I continue to be let down.
Well, you report back to the class. I'll say one more thing about networking events for me. And this is as of late, because before I had this like buffer of being an evening news anchor.
Yes.
And when I was out in the community, like people recognized me. And so it was an easy conversation starter. And so it was easy to work my way through these spaces. Now that I'm in a new city with a new career, that's not the case. And it feels a little icky that people only find value if they think you're useful to them in that moment, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, hey, how are you? Where are you from? You know, like gaining a little background on someone, it just seems so ridiculously transactional that it's like, if you don't check my box, as you reference, like I'm automatically moving on to the next. It's like, you know, you as a person aren't valuable to them, or you don't have something to give them. So then it's like, nice seeing you. And it's a hard pivot to the next person. And so sometimes that makes me feel a little icky, because I feel like just human connection is missing so much in society these days, and human decency. And sometimes those spaces remind me of that, because it's just, and I know we're going there for, you know, get to gain something, but I still feel like the energy of it is a little to me.
Yeah, it's very transactional. It's not like I'm here to meet people that could potentially be a benefit in the future. So like I need to get to know them to like start a professional like relationship. Like it does feel very transactional. Do you do this? I am looking for somebody who does this. I'm looking for an investor. I'm looking for, you know, somebody to fill this marketing role I have, or a CFO to do whatever. You're just like, if you aren't those things, then I'm clearly not here to talk to you.
Have a nice life.
Literally. It's like, so nice to meet you. Bye. And then like they're gone and you're like,
yeah,
okay, that was lovely.
And that part may be a me thing, right? Because some people may go to networking events and they want specifically that. You're like, that's why I'm here, to look for the people and the opportunities that I'm here to look for. And I get it, which is part of the reason I don't like them.
I think that is also why we're here. Is because we are hoping to put out into the world. At the same time, we are seeking a level of intention that we don't feel like is present. So I think that, you know, maybe the next venture will be we'll teach a class on how to build a networking event that actually like converts. Maybe
Elena, that would be amazing. That would actually be amazing. You should put that on the list.
Done.
You should put that on the list. So you know, this episode may come across as a venting session. And it should, actually. You know, it should. Because, girl, we needed to say these things and not feel guilty about it.
Yeah. I mean, the only way you get to eventually is if you assess the current, you say what it is, you vent it, you write it out, you do whatever to acknowledge it, and then we have to move on. So that is what we're doing today. We are acknowledging and moving on. But we would love to hear any other topics that you guys would like us to cover in the future in our, I guess now, new budding Girl Just Say That series. So yeah.
Judgment-free zone.
Let us know. This is definitely a judgment-free zone. And we can't wait to hear what you guys want us to talk about next.
Until next time, thanks so much for listening.
Thanks. This is Everything Eventually, the podcast. Bye.